Hello all, myself Dr. Shanti.verma. Today I am going to discuss knowledge and knowledge management for subject management information system. Now let's discuss learning objective for this session. Today we are going to understand knowledge and its needs for in organization, the different types of knowledge, understand knowledge management and some myths and its correction, driving forces behind knowledge management, business benefits from knowledge management and some barriers in knowledge management. Let's first discuss what is the relationship between data, information and knowledge. As we see in our previous lecture that information is derived from data. In this figure you can see that when we add some human interpretation in data, information is derived. And when we add some human use in information, knowledge is derived. So we can say information is derived from data and knowledge is derived from information. Let's take an example which shows the difference between data, information and knowledge. If we say that rainfall record collected every day, it is a data. When this rainfall record data is processed by region and month, it is an information. As we already see in the definition of information, if we arrange data in some manner, it's convert it into the information. So when rainfall record is sorted by region or month, it is an information. When this information is analyzed using analytical tools, it reveals rainfall pattern, and this rainfall pattern is known as knowledge. This knowledge is derived from the information. Now let's discuss the definition of knowledge. Knowledge is a set of information which provides capability to understand different situations, enables to anticipate implementations and judge their effects, suggests ways or clues to handle the situation. Here the situations are means the complex situations in the organization. There are three components which shows the knowledge driven capability in an organization. The first is a visualization of a strategic option to handle the complex situation. Next, anticipation and assessment of its results. Forecasting its effects in terms of benefits, cost, losses, and damages. Now let's discuss the knowledge hierarchy. Here you can see that data, information, knowledge, and expertise knowledge is placed in the knowledge hierarchy, where data is in the lower part and expertise knowledge is in the upper part of the knowledge hierarchy. If we follow bottom to top approach, in the bottom there is a data, and by adding meaning, understanding, relevance and purpose in the data, information is achieved. By transforming information through personal application, values and beliefs, knowledge is derived. And by enriching knowledge through experience, training and education, expertise knowledge is derived. Now let's discuss the uses of knowledge in an organization. There are various reasons to use knowledge in an organization. Here we discuss three reasons. The first is knowledge can be used for determining organization work, process, and making strategies for sustainable competitive advantage. Knowledge can be used for designing and marketing the product. Knowledge plays a critical role of organization service quality. Next, the types of knowledge. There are two types of knowledge, tactic knowledge and explicit knowledge. Tactic knowledge is the type of knowledge which people carry in their mind and is therefore difficult to access. While explicit knowledge is a type of knowledge which has been or can be articulated, codified and stored in a certain media. These media can be a hard disk or a report or a document. Now let's discuss some differences between tactic and explicit knowledge. Explicit knowledge is a tangible and tactic knowledge is intangible. Tangible means we can touch. Intangible tactic knowledge we cannot touch. Explicit knowledge are stored in a physical objects such as in documents or databases, while tactical knowledge is stored in a mental objects and it's in people's head. Explicit knowledge are context independent, while tactic knowledge are context dependent, means context affects meaning. Explicit knowledge, as you can see that it is stored in a documents or databases, means easily shared, while tactic knowledge sharing involves some learning. Explicit knowledge are reproducible, while tactic knowledge not identically replicated. Next, knowledge management. Knowledge management is a collection of processes that govern to the creativity, discrimination, and utilization of knowledge. Then let's discuss why knowledge management is useful in any organization. Knowledge management is used to share the knowledge. A company creates exponential benefits from knowledge as people learn from it. It is also used to build better sensitivity to brain drain process. It is used for reacting to a new business opportunities. Now let's discuss some myths for knowledge management and its correction. The first myth is knowledge management initiative and activities lead to more work. The correction for same is improved knowledge and its use enhance competitive ability of organization with less work and rework. So if the knowledge is updated, then the updated knowledge is used for build and enhance the competitive ability of organization with less work and rework process. The second myth is knowledge management initiative and activities is an additional function. The correction for same is it is an extension to existing technology driving information management system. The third is people are often afraid to share their knowledge. This is very common myths. Such fear is unwarranted as most people enjoy sharing as they lead tend to be considered important and gain status and recognition in an organization. Now let's discuss some driving forces behind knowledge management. There are two types of driving forces, external and internal driving forces. First, we discuss the external driving forces. These are also called as grid. In grid, G for globalization, R for resourceful, I for innovative, and D for demanding. Now, what is the globalization of business? With losing of trade barriers and advances in internet web technology, business operates beyond the local and the national boundaries. So it is important that the knowledge is universal knowledge so that the business are beyond the national boundaries. The second is a demanding customer. Customers have easy access to information about product and services and are more knowledgeable to demand more value at least cost. Demand higher quality, new features, quick response, and door delivery. The demanding customer is most important factor for any organization because if customers are not demanding, there is no phase for the improvement of the business. The third is the innovative competitors. Competition no longer limited to the quality and cost, but extended to provide value-added new feature using technology and practices. For any business, it is important that keep eye on the technologies used by the competitors and always improve own technologies with some updated technologies so that we can develop a better product and manage their own status in market. The fourth is the resourceful vendors. Vendor increase their capability by use of technology. innovative product features, and better logistics. It is also important that the vendors which supplies product to the organizations are also use the new technologies and make a innovative product. The second driving forces is the internal factors. In internal factor, first is a bottlenecks of effectiveness that deals with the intangible factor, which anticipating the change in the market and the environment. So it is important that always adapt the changes in the market and use the new technology for better improvement of the business and the product. Second is the technological capabilities. Business operations need technology implementation to bring in efficiency and effectiveness. The technological capability includes collaborative works, high-end information, and search engineers. The third is the understanding of human cognitive function. So it is very important that the business persons know the knowledge about people who are working in their organization, understanding their mental models, because they all affected in the decision making process in the business. Now let's discuss some business benefits from knowledge management. There are various benefits. Here we are discussing some benefits. The first is the trend in the knowledge economy is to use knowledge management for business benefit by designing products, services, and process which deliver them. Knowledge management also contributes to the efficiency and effectiveness of the core process like manufacturing, purchasing, delivery, and so on. Knowledge management helps in building competitive quality of organization. Knowledge applies them in overall management strategic activities, ensuring the overall important improvement of the organization. So it is important that in all level of the organization, strategic level, operational level, and management level, knowledge updation is compulsory. At last, let's discuss some barriers in the knowledge management. People who suffer from interior to take change, lack of motivation, difficulties in transferring knowledge to the new people. So if the people are not able to give their knowledge to other, so there is a problem in the knowledge updation. It is important that the peoples are motivated and able to change so that they transfer knowledge with each other. Management itself afraid of giving power and sharing power with the others. If the person is knowledgeable and he deserves the position, so management has also taken action to give this position to the particular person. It also suffers from structure barriers, namely fragmented organization, functional systems, and reluctance to change traditional system. Some persons in the organizations are easy and adopt traditional systems, and they are not eager to learn new technologies, and that affects the knowledge management process. Because knowledge management is totally dependent on the knowledge updation. So it is important that all the persons who are working in an organization are always eager to learn and update their knowledge. In this lecture, I had discussed knowledge hierarchy, types of knowledge, then knowledge management, driving forces behind knowledge management, some barriers in the knowledge management, and benefits that derive from the uses of the knowledge management. On the basis of these topics, I give you 3 questions as an assignment. Question 1, explain knowledge and its uses in business. Question 2, explain any 4 differences between tactic and explicit knowledge. Question 3, explain knowledge management and driving forces behind knowledge management. Thanks for watching.